Good evening, everybody, and beautiful Jamila.
Hello.
Well, yes, welcome to A World Awakening. I know I'm not Andrea. I look awfully dark, don't I? Um,
Neither am I. Sorry. I know we look
right,
a lot alike, but yeah,
right. But we carry the same love.
that's
Um, if anybody doesn't know, Andrea is a bit under the weather this evening. So Soul School had to be next. But she did ask me to fill in for her here. And of course, I'm very honored to do that. And I do want to take a second to say thank you, thank you, thank you to KGRA and mostly to our wonderful producer, Skywatcher, because he's always so good at working with us. Last minute crisis, anything, he's on it. And he makes things happen for all of us. So thank you to Bill and to KGRA. So, Jamila, it's so
yes, my love,
wonderful. We get to be here together
which is
and
a
talk.
treat.
Yes, yes, it is. And I love Annie's title for tonight because everything about tonight is everything that we are, anyways,
Yes.
and one of our favorite topics,
Tom,
the big love. Hi, Tom. I just love Tom.
me
He's
too.
so wonderful. One thing I can say about Andrea is she has some amazing, wonderful followers. And, I always feel blessed when we can be on here and share
And she
time
shares
with
them with us because she loves them so much. And for
it.
her to share
Yes.
them with us is a blessing.
Right. Because everybody is Andrea's best friend.
Yes,
and she's not kidding when she says that because that love that she radiates, um, it proves it.
that's right.
So, okay, I see Daryl asking, "Where's Annie?" Daryl, I'm sorry, it's me tonight, honey. Um, it's us. Annie is under the weather tonight. She's not feeling well. She hopes to be back with you next week, but tonight she just couldn't do it. So,
So we want to send her
sometimes,
all the healing, all the love. We want her to get
yes.
better. And of course, we want her to take the time that she needs so she can
Hmm.
be everything she wants to be and get out there and kick butt like she always does. So
Right.
tonight, we step in so she can do what we always advocate for, which is loving on yourself and knowing when to take that break. So
Absolutely, absolutely. And who deserves it more than Andrea Perrin?
that's right.
She
That's
gives
right.
her all, always, in
That's right.
all ways.
And
So,
always.
yes. So I know I can't fill her shoes, but we're here to love on y'all anyways.
That's right.
So the whole theme behind this show, Jamila, as you know, is can we get through all of this with love?
It's the only way we're going to make it through.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
what do you think? I mean, what is this whole love thing? And how are we going to get through some of this crazy chaos that our planet's going through?
The first thing we have to understand is realizing what love is and what it isn't. When we say love, a lot of times people just automatically go to this place of complacence, doormat, weakness,
Hmm.
and things like that. Love is everything opposite of that. Love is strength. Love is realizing that someone is hurting and stepping in and giving them strength. Love is realizing that we can't do it alone. Love is realizing that sometimes I have to love you enough to tell you to back off.
Mm-hmm.
Love is not passive. Love is an action word. Love is not just something we hold, love is something that we do. So, the first step that we need to understand is really realizing what love is and what it isn't. Does that make sense?
It does to me.
Yeah.
And I do think there's a lot of confusion around love
Yeah.
because really, um, we weren't raised to Of course, our parents, I love you and I love you back and all of that. But we were raised in a society where love was always very conditional.
That's right.
It had so many different titles to it. You're talking about love that's more like the law of one love,
That's right.
all connected. And it's
Often
it's not always a pretty thing. Um, yeah.
not supposed to be, you know? And it all goes back to understanding that no matter what you feel, no matter what you believe, no matter where you come from, if we go far enough back, we all come from one place. You know what I mean? And not just in the spiritual sense, which of course we do, but scientifically as well. I believe it's called mitochondrial Eve. We can all be traced back to one woman. You understand? And we are all coming from that place and that unconditional love. And if we can understand that, we can move forward. But until we start loving, not just because we have to, not just because something happened to us and now we understand, you know what I mean? It has
Mhm.
to be a place from we are working to make the world a better place, not just I'm working to get what I can and then can what I get. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not going to work that way.
Mhm.
So we really have to stop looking at love as this, oh my God, honey, I just love you so much type stuff. It's not always like
Right.
that, you
Right.
know?
Are you saying it's not always rainbows and butterflies and unicorns?
Oh, can you believe it?
No.
I mean,
No.
sometimes love is the word no.
Mhm.
Sometimes love is saying, listen, because I love you, I need to tell you this, and I need to tell you how I feel. Love
Mhm.
also means being ready for a not so happy outcome. It doesn't matter the outcome. Love comes from truth. You understand? And truth is not always what you want it to be, but truth is what it is, no matter what. Truth is truth, not
Right.
alternative truth. It's not my version of the truth. A truth is a truth is a truth. And there's no way around it, And loving starts with loving yourself enough to know that you have to be okay
Mhm.
no matter what, and that
Right.
you're going to make it through no matter what. And that no matter what I'm going through, my first response, my default setting, you know how you have to reset your TV to the default setting so you can get Netflix?
Right.
My default setting is love, period.
Yeah. Yeah, I so believe that, and Andrea and I have both said for years on our shows, love is always the answer. And anybody listening has heard the term so many times from both of us, higher love and highest love,
Yes,
because it is a different kind of love.
it's,
It truly is. It's that
it
whole
is.
connection of the whole. Everybody knows that right now in this country, we have different sides, we have opposites, we have, a lot of not love going on. So, how do we as a society, as the people, as higher vibrating beings, um, fix this with love?
Yes.
That's difficult.
It's very difficult, but it's also doable.
Mhm.
And it doesn't, I think the first and foremost thing is that love sometimes means that we have to have the uncomfortable conversations. If I
Mhm.
love you, if I love my community, if I love the movement that we're trying to create, then I have to be open at least for a conversation. Love also means that I do no harm, but I take no shit. Okay. So love does not mean I have to allow you to speak to me any kind
Mhm.
of way want to, because I love myself enough to know that my energy is priceless. My peace is my perfection. My energy, my surroundings is precious. They're precious to me. So while I will have a conversation, I will not allow you to disrupt my peace. Love is also realizing that, if we can't have discourse, then we probably don't need to be around each other, because I have to love myself enough to know I will throat punch you if I mean,
I knew that was going to come out sometime tonight.
I'm a puncher. I don't mean to. It just that's why I have to love myself to know that I have to be selective, but I am open. One of the things I'm most proud of is that when the tough, we all post things that start conversations, be it good, bad, or indifferent. We know that, right?
Right.
But one of my biggest flexes is that people will message me and ask me the hard questions. And I love that, because they know I love them enough that if they don't word it properly, I can see what they mean. If they ask me something that they feel might be disrespectful, they don't mean it that way, but I put out enough love that they know they're comfortable asking me. And when they do ask me, it's not being facetious, it's not being messy. It's truly, I really want to know, why do you feel this way? I have people that I still love that don't agree with me, but we can have conversations.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I know their heart. They're not quite seeing things clearly yet, but we'll get them there. But that's love. That is love. And that is how we have to move. Period. There's just no way around it. I don't think. I don't want to be in a world without love. I don't want to be in a community without love. I don't want to be in a conversation without love. I don't want to be around, period.
Right. And I can tell you, because we are very close friends, we spend a lot of time together. We have our little group, and we actually have a ministry together with some of our besties, including Andrea. One of the reasons that people come to you with questions like that is they know they can trust you, and they know they will get truth
all day, because I love you enough not to BS you.
Right. That says a lot about your love.
Well, thank you.
Because if we can't give that truth,
yes,
that does cause distrust, and it causes lower vibration and just all kinds of, lower emotions.
Yeah.
So I really respect that, because I know that if I come to you with something, I'm going to get it 100% truth from your heart. It doesn't matter if I agree all the time or not, but whether it's good, bad, or ugly, you're going to give it to me.
And I'll receive it too. I will receive it. There are things that I've been corrected on, and I love you, myself, and my community enough to say, hey, okay. Because sometimes when we ask a question, people think we are so toxic right now that when you ask a question, people automatically assume you're asking just because you're trying to be messy. You know what I mean? Not knowing I'm really asking because I'm trying to understand. I love you enough to try to understand why you feel this way. Why? And I think a lot of us, we've been conditioned not to listen. Love means listening. We're just waiting for our turn to talk. We don't want to come to an understanding. We just want to be right. Love means I might not be right. Every conversation that I start, I am okay with. If the outcome is I'm not right, then I'm learning. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I don't think that people start conversations from that point. And I think that's where loving yourself enough to want to grow any way you can
Mhm.
has to take place, has to come into play. So it's a lot. Yeah.
It is a lot. It is a lot. And,
It's a,
it sounds like
lot.
such a foo-foo conversation to,
It's
and I
not.
thought about that when Annie told me, what the show was about tonight. I thought, are people going to think this is foo-foo? But really thinking about it, it's where we have to bring discussion right now because of the opposite going on. And,
Exactly.
just for the record, the opposite of love is not hate, it's fear. So when you see people in that angry mode, it's usually fear-based. All negative emotions are derived from fear.
Yes.
So if other people can understand that sometimes people are not very kind because they are fearful,
Yes.
because they have been through hell and back themselves and they don't trust anybody, they're angry at everybody, they're angry at life. Um, others need to just understand that we are all in the same boat together at the same time.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And I
Doesn't
think
make
that
it easy.
it's not easy. I am exhausted spiritually, mentally, physically. I'm just exhausted because this is hard,
Mhm.
especially for some of us Leos who have not always been operating out of love. I can admit that I was not a person where my default operating system was love. My default operating system was survival.
Mhm.
Okay. However, that looked like, okay. And it was, I'm coming at you before you can come at me and hurt me. You know what I mean? I know you're going to hurt me. I know you are.
Right.
So let me get mine in first. Like it it is hard. And a lot of us are operating from there, not even realizing it, not even realizing it. I have had people, especially in this climate now, they assume they know what I'm going to say before I even say it. They assume they know how I feel about a certain situation before even starting the conversation. So now instead of a place of love, they're coming from a place of they have to defend their stance with like a pit bull or a bulldog or a
Mhm.
chihuahua, because those little, I digress. But so they are coming at me like, you don't even know what I'm gonna say. You don't even, you're not even giving me a chance. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you think you know.
Mhm.
And that's not love for me,
Right.
for yourself, for the world, nothing. Like it's not. Love is an action word, love is a verb. Love is not something that you just feel, love is something that you practice. And you
Right.
practice it because it's hard. You
Mhm.
practice it because it's not where we usually come from. it's
Mhm.
it's not, especially nowadays, it's not where we come from. So I just encourage people, especially right now, our words are very important. Our words are the first thing people hear, first thing people see. Take a minute, take 5 seconds before you say anything, before you answer a question, especially in the tough situations. Just hold off a second, don't react, don't just jump off. It's not helping. Don't assume. If you really care about healing,
Mhm.
raising vibrations, because what we are supposed to be doing right now, we're supposed to be creating micro movements, raising vibrations in little pockets,
Mhm.
because all those little pockets can come together and then we can start mass healing. I know that sounds foo-foo and new agey and things like that, but it is what it is. That
Mhm.
old commercial, and so on and so on and so on. It's just like that.
Hmm. Yeah. Some good points, some very good points, and I can't help but think about the human reaction. There's so much unkindness going on right now. I actually dealt with some today, just walking through Walmart parking lot. I had this big black truck yell some things that weren't very nice. And I wanted to turn around, flip them off, and, give it back to them. And I took deep breath and I thought, I can't respond to this with the same vibration that they are putting it out, because that's holding that low vibration. So I just smiled and tipped my head and continued walking. And I'm thinking, send them love, send them blessings. I still want to flip them off. But
Flipping them off, you just telling them they're number one. That's love.
there you
No. That's encouragement, isn't it? No?
Yeah,
My bad.
yeah. I live in a small town, and some people know, what I stand for. And so
Yeah.
it's
I've had
not
that.
always loved.
Yeah. Not so long ago, especially being a woman of color in a rural town. And, I'm going to have to send you love, but not but, because anything before the but don't count. I'm going to send you love. I'm also, I go to the gas station and, lady just assumes I don't live here. And, and it hurts. And I'm like, wait a minute. What do you mean? Well, I've never seen you. How do you know you've never seen me? Like, and then because I'm operating out of love, I am trying to guide this conversation in a way where, can you hear what you're saying? Do you understand? Can you hear what you're saying? And if so, I'm giving you every opportunity to stop. That's how I love, because what I wanted to do was something completely different, which we won't describe right now.
That
But
human reaction.
yeah, and then we end the conversation. I'm not yelling or screaming. My discomfort and my displeasure is known, but it's known with a smile on my face. And then I move on, but that I have to go through that a lot, and it's hard to stay in a mode of love when every place you turn, people are shooting daggers at you one way or the other,
Right.
and everybody, certain people, they assume, they believe the stereotype that I'm automatically angry. No, I just have a loud mouth. I'm not. Anybody who knows me knows anger is not my first. My first thing is shenanigans.
Right.
I
can vouch for that.
my first. I operate out of shenanigans and inappropriateness. That's how.
Okay.
That's where I come from. So it's just hard, but I think that one of the ways, and I really do mean this, one of the ways, the best way that we operate out of love is by surrounding ourselves with people who also operate from love, because therein lies our strength. Because when I'm feeling low, I can pull from you, and vice versa. And when we try to do this thing on our own, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. So I encourage everybody watching, if you do not have a community or a few friends or whatever, either A, start your own, B, search out some around you. Yeah, right now, a lot of people are underground. We're some of the few that we don't care. We're not going underground because our love is too big to be buried. Okay.
Right.
So, but don't isolate yourself. Don't think that you can do this by yourself. It's too toxic. We have too many people that are transitioning themselves away from this plane because they think they can do it on their own, and they're
Mhm.
suffering in silence. And
Right.
that's not what we want. The world needs your voice. We need your voice. We need your love. So seek us out, seek someone out, talk. Just don't try to do this on your own. Love is knowing that sometimes we can't do this by ourselves, you
Right.
know.
Very
So,
well said. And
yeah,
humans are not supposed to, we're not meant
no,
to be solitude. We're not meant to be totally alone. Um, we're supposed to gather in groups. You know, you go all the way back in time, there's always been tribes and some sort of groups of people. And there's a lot of power in that. It's like when
yes,
we get together, and I want to bring up the fact that Tom Owen is putting in the Saturday night healing circle for Andrea, and he has Andrea's Angels on Facebook. The most wonderful thing about doing things like that is you can't put it out and not feel it back.
that's right.
So when you're in a group of people, even if you can't physically be together, but you're all sending out that same vibration, that same love and healing, um, it's felt. And that in itself is what can get us through all of the negative that's going on. I
That's
think
right.
it's going to, over time here become less and less and less because more of us are, stepping up and speaking out. Just like you said, we need those voices. We need that strength. We need the power. Um, my camera is really dark tonight. I don't know if anyone can see, but this is my buddy right here, Kuan Yin. She always hangs with me. Sometimes I have her back a little bit, but
Yeah.
can you see her at all?
A little.
She's so gorgeous. She's a
Oh,
big
she
girl.
is. Look at her.
But she started something long ago. She's the goddess of compassion and mercy.
Mm,
And that is love as
that
well.
is love. It
When
is.
you see somebody who you don't agree with, but they're hurting, and that for some reason they just can't grasp what you're putting out there.
Yeah.
Instead of being angry at them and saying hurtful things, try sending love. Try saying, I understand. Be compassionate. Have
Even
mercy.
even when you're by yourself.
Mhm.
When you think of them, instead of having, I'm the I'll be the like, I don't know how many people know, but I am neurodivergent. I have a brain that works differently than other people. So I have full-blown conversations in my head sometimes. And you know, and
Yep.
and they're real to me, like as real as you are right there. So it's like, instead of going over the last time you spoke to them, and if I was here I'd say this or whatever,
Mhm.
stop and
Right.
send them, I wish you well. Say it out loud,
Mhm.
because your words have power. So if you think of that person, like you said, Deb, that you disagree with, instead of holding on to that lower vibrational feeling, raise it yourself.
Yeah.
Even if they don't know it, it's not for them, it's for you. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It's raising the vibration so your vibration can stay up, because what happens is, when that vibration lowers, if you have any health issues, it makes them worse. If you have anything else going on, it makes that worse. So send them love, wish them well.
Mhm.
Sometimes love means loving people from a distance.
I was going to bring that up next, so I'm glad you did.
you know,
And being wise enough and considerate enough to realize that is best all the way around. There are people, and I'm, like you say, you know that it's best to love them from a distance. I can love people that I don't really agree with, or there are people out there that mean us ill will. It's okay to love them from a distance.
Because honestly, I'm going to be very real with you. I'm still on my journey. I'm not there yet. So I need to love you from a distance, because if we're around each other, I don't know that I could love you the way I need to. And that's just me being very real, because that's part of love too, is realizing where you yourself need to do a little work. So that's my shadow work. It's trying to be consistent, trying to do those things. But I know there are certain people and situations that, in order for me to still have high vibrational feelings towards you, we don't need to be around each other all the time.
Right.
When I see you, it's cool. We're all good. And, if you ever need, if you really did really down and you called, I'm there. You know what I mean? Because I would do that for anybody. So why wouldn't I do that for you? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But we have to love people on their level. We have to realize that. And it's not, and here's the thing, it's not somebody being superior, because I hear that a lot. Oh, you just think you're better than people. No, far from it. I have fallen way short. I'm not better, nor am I worse than anybody else. I just know what I have to work on, where I am on my walk and my journey. And for me, that means that I have to love people, certain people, from a distance. That doesn't mean they're bad. That just means that we all have radios, but we're not all listening to the same station.
Right.
So,
And yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And sometimes people, you can see animals. Dogs are all wonderful. I love dogs. I love all animals.
yeah.
But every now and then, two dogs will meet up and fight like crazy. Humans are the same way. Sometimes our energy just does not mesh. And I'm going to go back several years, probably 20 years ago. I met a person online. I actually was doing a ministry forum that I built. And I met this person who was also a minister. And we just hit it right off. And we talked and talked and talked. We ended up talking on the phone. We started doing healing groups. And the healing that we would send out was just, everybody would comment how wonderful it was, how strong it was. He was a yogi. He became a very, very good friend. Ended up coming up to where I live. He was in Chicago at the time, and he came to spend time. And when we would sit in healing mode, in our spiritual mode, it was remarkable. I actually had someone pull in my driveway and say, there was a glow coming out of the top of your house.
Wow.
People in my house would say, God, I don't know what's going on. When you and Mark do that healing thing, it's like everything lights up and it feels staticky. So it was incredible, our energy when it came to spiritual work and healing. But if we hung out together, I wanted to punch him in the face, and him the same for me. It was just, we could not be third dimensional together.
Yeah.
And once we realized that, we were very cautious to, keep our time. We could still talk together as friends online or on the phone. Just don't put our energies together in the same building unless we are higher vibrational and in the fourth or fifth dimension, because we're going to hurt one another.
Okay. But that's part of it.
Right. That's part of it. And that is just how it goes. Some humans cannot, you just can't mix those energies.
And don't force it.
No. Gosh, no.
Don't force
Be honest about it.
Thank you. That's love. Love is honesty.
Yeah, I can honestly tell you, I love this person with all that I am. and I will always, probably many lifetimes. He is now on the other side, but we still communicate often, and we still do healing work together. Rarely do I do any sessions without him.
That's
So,
awesome. That's awesome.
but
I
if you put
think
him
that
next to me, I'm going to punch him.
I think that if more people were honest
Mhm.
with themselves and really, the thing is that we seek, whether we want to admit it or not, we seek acceptance and validation. And sometimes the things that are honest are not necessarily socially accepted, or what people think that we should do. So we kind of conform instead of being honest. One of the
Mhm.
ways I see this a lot is in relationships. I talk to a lot of people, and if they were just honest with each other in the beginning or whatever about what their needs are and what they wanted, you know, then a lot of the things that they go through wouldn't be there, because it's just you're trying to force things that don't fit,
Right.
and that never works. That's the same for relationships,
Mhm.
faith, churches, jobs. Like I tried to fit into a size 10 jean and it just didn't work.
I
Not
know
for a
better,
very
but
long time.
I might do it just for the fun of it, but it
I
wouldn't
could
be
get a
fun.
leg in maybe. But
Right.
it
Right.
I just feel like I am overall just so much better physically, mentally, spiritually, operating from a place of love first.
Mhm.
And that is what I want for everyone. And I get that. Well, how can I love? Especially there's a group of people that operate a certain way, and you go, well, how can I love them? It's not about loving them per se, it's about just operating out of love
Mhm.
first.
Mhm.
Nobody is saying that you have to coddle and be whatever. That's not what love is.
Mhm.
Love is truth. Love is, I know a lot of people, and I don't care what faith you are, but a lot of people like to, when they talk about love, they want to talk about Jesus, and they want to talk about how Jesus behaved and how meek he was. And then I asked them, I'm like, what book you reading? Because the Jesus that I read about had an attitude. Okay. He was turning over tables. He was like, how you gonna be mad at somebody? How you gonna see past talk about a splinter when you got a whole 2x4 in your eye? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who you were talking about. That's not what love is. Understanding what love is, and if you don't really know, then look in the different, practices about, go look what the Eastern faiths say about love. Go look at
Mhm.
what Buddhism and the I Ching, go look at what Islam says about love. You have to just be knowledgeable about what love really
Mhm.
is,
Right.
because it's
Right.
not this weak. It doesn't make you weak. Love makes you stronger,
Mhm.
and then love makes you stronger together.
Right. Yeah, it's a little useless if you don't share it
Come
and
on
don't
now.
accept it. And I think that the very first person that we have to love is ourselves. And that's the hardest. But,
Hardest.
thinking about Buddha and Jesus, they were like the ones who taught people, their followers. Not that, not that either of them wanted to be a deity, but they
Mm-mm.
taught people, number one, do no harm, but take no shit.
Come on now.
Maybe not those words, but that's
Yeah, it
what they
probably
taught,
was.
really. Um, very well could have been.
Very
But
well.
yes, loving ourselves is very difficult. But if we don't, we have to realize that we are a part of everything else. Even
Yeah.
those people that we don't agree with are a part of the same thing we're a part of. We come from the same place, like you said in the
That's
beginning.
right.
You know, we all put our pants on the same way. We
That's right.
all need water. We all need food, and we all need love.
That's right.
So,
And when you talk about loving yourself, people, how do I do that?
yeah.
First and foremost, speak life to yourself. No one, we were having a conversation the other day when we were sitting together, and we were talking, and the first one of the things we were talking about is no one can talk bad to you and make you feel bad like you. We say some of the most horrific things to ourselves. So, what I would like anyone listening to this, no matter when you listen to it, I would like you to be very mindful of what your inward thoughts are, what you think about yourself, what you say to yourself. And if you need a little exercise, my dad, who was a pastor, always used to give us this exercise for 24 hours. Pretend that every single thing you say comes to pass literally and exactly. So you make me sick. You know, I hate, blah, 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 blah. Just be really mindful of what you say, because one of the things the kids were saying that I had to, like, I don't allow in my house. I'm dead. Ooh, I'm dead. Like, ooh, stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Because
Right.
even though you don't mean it in the way it is, if you say it over and over and over and over again, the whole, oh, I just can't do that. Oh, but and it just comes out of your mouth so quickly. You talk so bad. If you treated your spouse the way you treated yourself, y'all be divorced. If you treated your best friend the way you treated yourself, you wouldn't have a best friend. And the bad part about it is you talk to your friends and you speak life into them. You encourage them. You want the best for them. And then you get by yourself and you talk to yourself like you don't even want to be with you no more, but you can't escape, so you might as well want to be with you. Who else gonna be with you if you ain't gonna be with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. So please, my loves, if you don't get anything else from this conversation tonight, be easy on yourself. Speak life unto yourself. Get affirmations if that's something that you need to do. When you get up in the morning, I want you to get up and look in the mirror and say, hey, sexy. Yes. I love all this weight. I love all this fluff. You see this big forehead? I've been teased about this big forehead my whole life, and it is fabulous because it holds the knowledge of my ancestors. You understand what I'm saying? I had big feet my whole life, but those big feet helped me walk through this world and change people. That's what you have to do. Yeah. That's what we want for you. That's where the love starts. It starts with you.
Yep.
Point blank.
Put it out if we're not putting it in. That is so, so, so true. And it's funny that you brought up our conversation from the other night, because I'm sitting here thinking, oh, yeah, that conversation. And it actually started with me saying, I busted myself.
That's right.
Telling myself I didn't deserve something. And it dawned on me that I had manifested something myself. Now, y'all know I'm very spiritual. I'm old. I should have gotten it by now. But I want you to all know none of us are perfect. And, this whole soul school is life. And we're always learning. It's never too late. So,
and when we leave this world, we're still going to have stuff left to learn.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
never stop
we're going to come back.
learning.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, it's okay. And it was good for me to realize that I had manifested that myself. And I did give myself a little bit of a spanking. I probably liked it, but just kidding. But I did, I had a talk with myself about it, but realizing it made a difference.
That's right. Because once you put a word to something, once you name something, you can speak to it. You can move on it.
Right.
You can change it.
Yep. So try to notice when you're not quite so nice to yourself. Self-criticism can be helpful if it's in a
Constructive.
healthy way, constructive, but to tell yourself, it's because I never deserved it anyway. Okay. Now
And
it's
stop
time
listening
to,
to what you've heard over the years.
right.
Stop allowing other people to speak your identity to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stop giving your power away to other people. It's not, nobody has a heaven nor hell to put you in, point blank and period. Like nobody has that. Don't allow people and what they feel about you to become your identity.
Mm-hmm.
You are in control of your identity. You are in control of who you present to the world, who you're going to be, and what you go out here and do. That's
Mm-hmm.
where the love comes from. Love yourself enough to know that you are a rock star. Love yourself enough to realize that you are somebody's ancestor. You get that? You are an ancestor.
Well, I am. I'm old. No.
Hey, me too. I will be 53 in 2 weeks.
Ooh, it's coming up soon. Yes.
I'm my mama's age. Like when I think back to when I was a teenager, when you think about your growing up and stuff, and I look at the times of my life, I'm like, wait, I am my mama's age. I'm somebody's mama.
Right.
And it's
somebody's got, I've got several grands and a couple of great grands. So yeah, I get it. I do want to stop for a moment in case there are people here that were not here in the beginning and let you know that Annie is not here because she's under the weather tonight and asked me to fill in for her. I know I can't fill her shoes, but hopefully I fill her heart. So everybody please send love and healing and prayers Annie's way. Let's wrap her in a nice blanket of angel wings and just love on her. She needs that right now.
And she loves on all of us. That's the least we can do.
She does. She gives love so freely that, there's been times I've actually worried about her. So, be cautious. We do have to use caution. Yes. It's okay sometimes to love people and know that you need to not get scammed by them. Because, excuse me, that happens too. My sinuses have been horrid. So
yeah.
I'm mute for a second.
But it is okay. But we do want to send our love to Annie. We want to encourage you. One of the things we were talking about is Unity Tree Interfaith Ministries. We are going to start doing some things online. So if you are on Facebook, please go to Unity Tree Interfaith Ministries, follow us, and all of us. Annie is a founder along with all of us. And we are going to, because earlier we were talking about how we need to spread this love between everybody. And one of the things, we were meeting in person, and I don't know if Deb was going to talk about this. I'm sorry if I'm stepping on anything.
No, I'm loving it.
We are going to start doing things online because so many people want to be a part of it, but they're not here locally. So we have been meeting locally, but we have been led to do more things digitally so more of you could be a part of it, because I've gotten messages, Deb's gotten messages. So this is something that Source wants us to do. So I encourage you, go to Unity Tree Interfaith Ministries on Facebook and just hit follow. And that way, when we are getting ready to do our lives or lessons that we put out, whatever Source tells us to do. And I'm sorry, it's not as structured as some things are, but right now we just want to hear what Source wants us to do. So that's kind of where we are.
I think that, that's one of the things I love about our group is we are all, we speak, we get downloads, it comes out. Sometimes we have no idea. A lot of times we don't even plan what there went Bill. Okay, so we're like down to 4 minutes. But, we're led by spirit. We're led by the galactic family. We're led by source. We are led, and we are a voice, and we're not afraid to use it. So that's what the ministry is all about, is just being there, being that voice for whatever is needed, and helping out. Speaking of helping out, I mentioned earlier about Tom Owens having the group Andrea's Angels on Facebook. Every Saturday night at 8 p.m. we all send a lot of love and healing to Andrea at 8 o'clock, the same time. So it's a collective, you always hear about that power of prayer. That's exactly what this is. It's so
real.
So
it is so
real that even sending the energy, I'm just getting all kinds of energy and love back. And so when we heal others, we're healing the whole, we're healing us. And, that is so important, because that is sharing that love and spreading it.
Yes.
Right? So the healing goes way, way beyond.
Yes.
What we, I always have a little group of people that I send to every single night. But I always ask Spirit to send to whoever needs it, to send it to Mother Earth, to send it to the universe, and just keep it going. So we're like about out of time here, but Jamila, thank you. It's been so nice to talk to you. I mean, we don't live far apart. We're great friends. So, I'm blessed to be able to do it a little more often than some people. But this has been
And I love you. And I
wonderful.
Thank you.
And I love you.
And whoever's listening, I thank you guys. And know that you're awesome too. And just start loving on yourself. I just need you to do that. I need that for you. You are worthy.
All need that. Mm-hmm.
You are worthy of all the love. You are worthy to be the rock star that you are. And just remember, the same energy, I say it over and over again, but the same energy that created the universe is in you. You are powerful. And whatever it is you're going through right now, you're going to make it through it. Yeah. And then you're going to help somebody else after. Okay? Amen. So just know that.
Amen.
You too, Deb.
I will. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for sharing this with me on a daily basis. I love you. And we love everybody out there. Do. And remember Andrea's words, be the light that you seek. Good night, everybody. We love you all. Take care. Spread the love.